HackWithInfy strategy preparation. Awesome. Yes. Okay. So that's what I'll be telling you today. So just to let you all know that yes, today's session is what we will call as roadmap to HackWithInfy 2022. That's the entire plan. Excuse me. So yeah, today's plan is roadmap to HackWithInfy 2022. How to prepare, how you can crack HackWithInfy, what are the most asked topics of HackWithInfy. Is the session recorded? Absolutely, the session is recorded, and you will get the recording of the session as well. Okay. Before I start, just want to tell all of you, if you don't already know, please make sure that you are subscribed to both our YouTube channel as well as following us on Instagram. If you do that, then you will get regular updates of all these upcoming sessions. Okay, so follow us on Instagram and make sure you're subscribed to YouTube. These two things are super important, right? You will get throughout this entire HackWithInfy season, we are going to release many more free videos, free sessions. You will be able to get that if you're subscribed on both these things. So follow us on Instagram and subscribe to us on YouTube. The channel name is Edyst. Okay. All right. So are you all ready? Shall we get started on understanding how you can crack HackWithInfy, or what's the roadmap to HackWithInfy? Are you all ready? Yes. Okay. So what is HackWithInfy? Basically, HackWithInfy is a contest, right? The eligibility for which is anybody who's graduating in 2022, 2023, 2024, or 2025. And you could be from either BE, BTech, or ME or MTech. That's completely fine. So even if you're not a current third-year student, let's say you're graduating in 2024 or graduating in 2025, you are still eligible for this. I would suggest, even if you're not actually going to sit for placements, you're not eligible for placements as yet, right? You can still participate in it because you'll get a lot of good exposure. So this is the eligibility of it. But what exactly is HackWithInfy? So HackWithInfy, it's a coding contest conducted by Infosys, right? It's called HackWithInfy. It's for higher packages, and this time around the packages of 6 to 9 LPA, right? 6 to 9 LPA. Just to let everybody also know, the recording of session will be available because so many of you are asking. So recording of session will be available, right? Don't worry about this, will be available. You will all get it. All right. So anyway, coming back, packages of 6 to 9 LPA, depending on how well you perform in HackWithInfy, right? So this is called HackWithInfy. It's a coding contest conducted by Infosys, and packages of 6 to 9 LPA is what is up for grabs, right? That's what HackWithInfy is. Now, generally, what's the pattern of HackWithInfy? It's as follows. You get 3 questions and you have 3 hours to do these questions. Generally speaking, the questions are divided into 3 aspects. One being easy, another one being medium, and another one being difficult. So you have 3 questions. One is easy, one is medium, and one is difficult. You should not expect that they are all in the same order. That means the first one will be easy, next one will be medium, next one will be difficult. Don't expect that. They will be jumbled. Okay. So don't think that the first one will be easy and I can completely finish it and so on. No, that's not the case. It's going to be super jumbled. Okay. When I say super jumbled, means it can be all over the place, right? So that's the case. And you should definitely try out the mock test. So why I tell this is, see, even for someone like me who's done data structures, algos, I know all of these questions and so on. I still always do the mock test because I get an idea of the platform. So you should definitely take the mock test. It's available on the HackWithInfy platform. Take the mock test. You will understand how the platform works, what languages are allowed, what languages are not allowed, and so on. Okay. Now, the major topics that will come, there are 3 questions for 3 hours. The major topics that you can sort of expect in HackWithInfy is, is as follows here. One is, it could be a simple implementation type question, a very simple implementation type question. And I'll explain what this implementation means. But one thing about HackWithInfy is, it is a complex one, which means that it is going to be based on data structures algorithms. If you are not familiar with data structures algorithms, then this contest will be difficult for you, especially because it's literally starting in 2 weeks, right? So it's, I think 3 weeks, March 6th is the date this time around, but in 3 weeks, it's actually starting off, and it will be difficult for you if you don't know data structures algorithms. So what I'm talking to you about here, these are all concepts of data structures algorithms that many students already know or are aware of them. I am just telling you what are the important concepts that HackWithInfy will require. So HackWithInfy will, I have seen questions come from implementation. I'll tell you what implementation means. Then they really love their maths question. These maths questions belong to primes and modular arithmetic. So you need to know very crisply your Fermat's little theorem, your Lucas theorem, and all of those in maths. In arrays, they definitely love to ask questions on binary search. There's a question called distribute the weights. I'll tell you a little bit about it. But in arrays, binary search and 2 pointers and prefix sums, this is a given. This will come in any DSA round, right? Binary search, 2 pointers and prefix sums. If you have not heard of this, then don't confuse your pointers to be the pointers of C++. We are not talking about that. Rather, we're talking about a technique in DSA which requires you to use 2 pointers. Finding in a sorted array, finding elements that sum up to a target, for example. So we use a concept called 2 pointers over there. So binary search, 2 pointers, prefix sums, all are important concepts. In data structures, stacks on maps or dictionary, I've generally seen them being asked, right? Some people ask, sir, what about linked list? What about queues? Generally not seen, because when you look at linked list, when you look at queues and so on, these are very set specific type of questions. And they don't want to ask you a textbook question. They want to ask you a different sort of a question. So that's what you can expect to hear. Then you have backtracking, dynamic programming. Easily one question at least will come from this. So your question number 2 and question number 3, backtracking, dynamic programming, easily, if not both of them, at least one of them will come from this. So you can definitely expect DP and DP and backtracking to be there for sure. They also like to ask graphs, but graphs is very rare. Like probably like if there are 100 questions asked, 1 or 2 questions will be on graphs. So it's super rare till now. That is in all the previous few years, all the graphs questions that have been asked. Amongst them, very rarely they have come. They have come, but very, very rarely. So that's what is there in graphs. Okay. Now, these are all the topics. I will tell you one by one certain questions that you can look at to even think of how you can practice this. Okay. First things first, if you want to practice these questions, I highly suggest you go to Edyst YouTube. For each of these topics, we have a free tutorial available. That is a free coding question is available for all of these. So go to the Edyst YouTube channel and you'll definitely get a bunch of free tutorials on this. That is on different questions that have come. Second thing, don't think that there will be a direct question. Like for example, you're not going to get a direct question that in a sorted array find an answer or find a key. You're not going to get suddenly binary search just like that. But rather you will get a combination of binary search with 2 pointers with modular arithmetic. Whenever I talk about these topics, there's not just one topic, it's a combination of these topics. Okay. And that's why, because it's such a complex contest, right? Like data structures, algorithms is asked. I highly suggest you to prepare well for this, because if you prepare well for this, then you can actually attempt product companies questions also. And this is at the level of product companies questions, the kind of questions they ask in HackWithInfy. Okay, cool. Anybody, any doubts here on what is there in the syllabus? What can I explain some part of the syllabus? Any particular questions or doubts? Please put it on the chat. I'll be happy to reply to any kind of questions that you have. Right. So please do put any sort of questions that you have on the chat. Happy to reply to it. Okay, in which language do we need to code? All right, I'll reply to that. Okay, what else? How to understand the question? Okay. All right, I'll help you out with that as well. Can we write in any language? Okay, I'll come to the language. Okay, it seems really complicated. See, again, I'm telling you, HackWithInfy is a complicated one. It's not a simple test. It is complicated. It's not like InfyTQ where you just have some MCQs and coding questions. But rather it is a difficult one, right? So is lead code also beneficial for HackWithInfy? Yes, a lead code is decently beneficial. You'll get lead code level questions here. Yes. What about advanced data structures like trees? Very good. So trees have purposely not mentioned here because trees generally is not asked by them. In the past few years, what I've seen, generally they are not asking trees. They may ask this year, but generally they've not asked. DSA questions or CP type, more DSA questions, not so much CP. Okay, what is meant by backtracking? All right, if you have to ask, then you have to actually go and check. So backtracking is a form of recursion, but it's much more detailed than that. Okay. Now I'll just answer a few more questions. While registering for HackWithInfy, I didn't receive slot booking screen. What should I do? I don't think anybody received slot booking screen right now. But again, I will not be able to help you with that. So yeah. Okay, cool. All right. So somebody's asking, is it the same advantage round and HackWithInfy? So for InfyTQ, HackWithInfy and InfyTQ advantage round or round 2 is similar. If you have qualified for InfyTQ round 2, that is InfyTQ advantage round, you don't have to take HackWithInfy. You don't have to do HackWithInfy. Please read HackWithInfy's instruction carefully. You'll understand this. If to prepare for InfyTQ round 2 also, you still need this kind of a level, but you don't need to attend HackWithInfy if you're going for InfyTQ round 2. Okay. Now, let me tell you a little bit of the strategy or a little bit of, how you can actually start preparing. So this is what I said is like the syllabus for it, right? Now, yeah. So now I'll just tell you a little bit of strategy of how to approach this kind of a test. Okay. First things first, what you can expect is you are going to get your test cases rather. If you look at a particular question, right? Generally speaking, the main logic of that question, 40 to 60% of the test case, if you got the main logic, then 40 to 60% of the test cases should pass. Depending, if it's an easy question, then you'll get more test cases passed, and if it's a difficult question, you'll get lesser test cases passed. Okay, I'll just give you a simple example. Okay, so if you go to the Edyst platform, I'll show you all of these things as well. But if you go to the Edyst platform, you will get a few free questions on HackWithInfy. So just showing those free questions to you. You'll get some free questions. So let's say I go here and you'll end up getting some free questions here. Now, in those free questions, let's say I pick up a question like this, special set bits. This is a difficult one. Actually, let me take a little bit over here. Okay, let's take this kind of question, queried operations. Okay, given an array A with n elements and also a set of q queries. Each query contains L, R, and V. Your task is to add V for all indexes from L to R, both inclusive. Okay. So very simply put, what you need to do is, if let's say, for example, your input is 10 and hold on one second. Yeah, the question was, one second, I'll just run this and just show you what I mean by that. The question is pretty simple, just to show you all. See, the input will be something like this. The input is something like this, where what you're given is, you're given an array. And the expected output is, you're supposed to output the sum from, there are 5 queries, and you're given L, R, and V. What that means is, you need to go from one index to another index and keep adding this particular V to that. Okay. Now, this question sounds difficult. Right? I'm not saying it's not difficult. So for instance, if I just show you this question, let me just show what I mean by this question. Hold on. So the question looks like this. Okay. The question is as follows, where you have this kind of an array given to you. 1 second, 67. Yeah. 5, 193 and 267. Okay. Let's just take this as the input. So I'll just show you what this input is like to explain to you how to even think of HackWithInfy type question. Okay. All right. So this question basically says there are 10 numbers. These are the 10 numbers over here. Okay. So the 10 numbers over here are as follows: 46, 27, -9, -2, 45, 18, and so on. Okay. Everybody understanding so far that 10 numbers are given in the input? Are you all getting this part so far? Okay. Now, the question says you will be given queries. So let's say you're given 5 queries. I'm just taking 2 of those queries. In each query, what you're getting is you're getting L, R, and V. These are the 3 values you're going to get. What that basically means, you need to go from index 1 to index 9. So this is the array. So you need to go from index 1 to index 9 and add 3 to all of the numbers over there. So I need to go from index 1 from this 20 all the way to index 9, which is 67. And I have to add 3 to all of those numbers. Okay. That's the query 1. In query 2, what you need to do is go from index 2 to index 6 and add 7 over there. Go from index 2 to index 6 and add 7 over there to all of them. Okay. Then for query 3, there's something else. For query 4, something else. Query 5, there is something else. Okay. So this is the question given to you. Now on the face of it, first of all, did you all understand the question? Each query you're given, go from index this to index this and add a value. After all these Q queries, I want to know what is the final result. What does the array look like finally, right? So if I add 3 to all of this, this becomes 23, this becomes 10, this becomes -6, this becomes, and so on, right? Then 7, when I add on top of 3, 7 is also added and so on. Then -3 I'll add, then 15 I'll add, and then it keeps going on like this. Finally, this is the resultant array. Are you all understanding what the array, what this question is asking you? Okay. Now this is a HackWithInfy type of a question. Okay. This is a HackWithInfy type question. They have asked this or something similar to this one. Okay, great. Now, how do you approach solving this? I'm not giving you the solution. I'm telling you how can you approach solving it. First things first, let's try to think of the main logic, right? The simplest approach. What is the simplest approach you guys can think of here? You have an array between left and right. Okay, somebody wants to explain again? Sure. Basically, it's simple as you're given an array like this one. You're given an array from 46 up to 67, and it has 10 indexes, 0 to 9. In each query, how many queries will be there? There will be Q queries given. So in this case, we had 5 queries given over here, right? In each query, I tell you the starting index, let's say 1, ending index, let's say 9, and I tell you the V value that you're supposed to add in it. So I'm telling you start from 1, go to 9 and add 3 in all of them. Okay. Then in the next query, I say start from index 2, go to index, let's say 6 and add 7 to all of them. Like this, I have 5 queries. After I finish all the 5 queries, what I need to do is I need to find what is the final state of the array. Hope you understood the question. Okay. Now Akash has an interesting approach saying that very simple, traverse all indexes, right, in each query and increment V. Right. And again, if I have to just put that into a pseudocode, what you're in a pseudocode, what you're trying to say is for each query, for I from L to R, A of I is equal to A of I plus V, whatever value you want to ask, whatever you want to do, right? So you repeat this for each query. This is the question, the simplest, the brute force approach, the naive approach, right? The simplest approach. This is a pseudocode, by the way. Don't say that, sir, your syntax is wrong and so on. It's just a pseudocode. Okay. Does this make sense to everybody? This kind of a logic. I'm just talking about the logic here, not the actual code, but just the logic. Does this make sense? Yeah. Now, if you did this in HackWithInfy, depending on your luck, you would get either 40% to 60% of your test cases cleared, depending on your luck, sometimes 30% as well. Okay. But the simplest approach will get you some marks. I'm not saying it will get you all marks. It will get you some marks. So you can say, depending on how difficult the question is, some of them will get passed based just on this approach over here. You will not get any time limit exceeded in this part. But you and I both know, especially anybody who's done a little bit of data structures, you will know that this is not the optimal approach. Meaning, this will give us a lot of time limit exceeded. It will take a lot of time to do. How do I know it's going to take a lot of time to do? Something as simple as the maximum number of elements that can be there is 10 raised to 6. The number of queries are 10 raised to 6 in the worst case scenario. Okay. Now tell me this. What did I say for each query? How many queries can there be? How many queries can there be in the worst case? We just saw in the constraints. How many queries can there be? Anybody? Very good. 10 raised to 6. There can be 10 raised to 6 queries, right? Because Q, the number of queries can be up to 10 raised to 6. Now, for each I from L to R, meaning in each query, I'm going from the respective L to the respective R. In the worst case scenario, from where to where am I going in this L to R? In the worst case scenario, what will be the value of L? And very good. It's going to be from 0 to N. In the worst case scenario, L is 0 and R is N always. Correct? Now, what is the maximum value of 0 to N? What's the maximum value here? Again, 10 raised to 6. Many people asking, sir, what is 10 raised to 6? Where are you getting this magic number? No, I'm not getting this magic number from anywhere. The question says there will be n numbers in the array. There are going to be q queries. That means we saw 5 queries in the example input. Like this, we can have multiple queries. So we saw q queries. Now, for those q queries, there could be 10 raised to 6 queries. In each 10 raised to 6 query, what are we doing? We are going from L to R. We are probably doing 10 raised to 6 again. Okay. Somebody saying, please once repeat. I will repeat 10 times, but you have to tell me which part you didn't understand. I will repeat that. Which part you didn't understand? I'm going to repeat that. Tell me. Okay. I'll just wait to understand which part. Okay. So again, just telling you all about the input. Yeah. So I'll just tell you about the input. As I said, this is the input, right? What is this 10? 10 is the size of the array. This is size of array. As per the question, maximum size of array can be 10 raised to 6 as per the question. So I could get like 10 raised to 6 elements in this array. This is number of queries. As per the question, the maximum number of queries I can get is again 10 raised to 6. All right. This is as per the question. What I'm trying to tell you is, if I go here, I'm saying that I will, this is the simple pseudo code. This is the simple logic. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do it for each query. I'm going to do this logic. Meaning, how many queries can I have in the worst case? Worst case, I can have 10 raised to 6 queries. 1 million, 10 raised to 6 queries are possible. For each query, I am going from some given L to some given R. They are saying that they will give you a left index and a right index. Okay, that's fine. But what is the worst case scenario of left to right? What's the worst case scenario from left to right? Right? Worst case scenarios, I will go from 0 to n minus 1. Right? So basically, how many numbers are those? Those are 10 raised to 6 numbers. How many computations will I do? In each query, I am doing 10 raised to 6 computations. And there are 10 raised to 6 such queries. So totally, how many queries am I going to do? Ten raised to 6 into 10 raised to 6, which is how much? 10 raised to 12. So in the naive case or in the brute force, what am I ending up doing? I'm ending up doing 10 raised to 12. Okay. Now, the first thing that you all should do in any online compiler, then you go, your aim should be to finish it off in order of 10 raised to 6. 2 into 10 raised to 6 is fine. It's okay. In some compilers, 10 raised to 8 is also okay. To be on the safe side, I generally suggest to be on 10 raised to 6. 10 raised to 8 is also fine. 10 raised to 9 is a little bit above. So if you've done in 10 raised to 9, it's fine. But generally speaking, 10 raised to 6 to 10 raised to 8 is what's okay. And you're safe if you are for sure within 10 raised to 6. Okay. 2 into 10 raised to 6, 3 into 10 raised to 6, that's fine. But as long as it's order of 10 raised to 6, it's okay. Right. Now, for sure, this is much, much bigger than what is expected. Much bigger than what we need. Okay. This is much, much more than what's actually required over here. So this will not work. So coming back, again, I'm not solving this problem, but coming back, what I'm trying to say is 40 to 60% of your test cases will be solved even in the 10 raised to 12 approach. N square approach, order n square, 40 to 60%, depending on how difficult the question is. The question is super difficult, then it could be only 30% of test cases. If it's easier, then 50% test cases will pass based on your major logic, your main logic. The remaining 20 to 30% test cases will be dependent on optimization of the logic. Now, how can I optimize this? Any idea on how I can optimize this approach that I've just mentioned? Here, I'm doing a complete brute force, right? Any idea on how I can optimize this approach? Anybody? Any thoughts? Okay, somebody saying segment trees. I know you might think it's segment trees, but it's really has nothing to do with segment trees. Using DSA concepts, yes, very good. Somebody saying index impact plus prefix sum. Slightly there. I mean, I think you know the answer, but your the explanation might not be there. But yes. So what I want you to do, again, I'll not be doing this, but what I want you to do is please check out this tutorial on prefix sums. It's a free tutorial available to everybody. Okay, I'll give you the link also, but it's a free tutorial available to everybody. This question can be solved using prefix sums. What HackWithInfy does is HackWithInfy will give you this kind of a question, but not on arrays. It will give you on bit manipulation. Okay, so I have seen them asking this type of a question, but using bit manipulation. Okay. So again, when I come back to this, what I was telling you about all the topics that you need to be ready for, right? The topics that you need to be ready for is, yes, they are two pointers approach. Yes, they are prefix sums approach, but they are a combination of all of these topics. Just like that queried operations I told you about, right? The queried operations in itself is a advanced version of prefix sums, and you can check out the tutorial. The tutorial is completely available here for free. You can just check it out. It's called prefix sums. Proper 20-minute tutorial. You guys can go through it, and I discuss this exact problem itself. One second, just to show you all. Yeah, given L, R, and V, update the array. This is exactly the kind of problem that we are talking about. So I'm exactly discussing that part over here. Go ahead and check out the video. My point is, the question that they are asking you, that they're giving you in HackWithInfy, is not just this approach, but they are combining it with bit manipulation also. They've combined with bit manipulation as well. And that one, I'll tell you where it is. It is, if you go to the basics concepts practice, so I think in maths part, you will find it in, not maths part here, or was it? Yeah, arrays. In arrays, you are going to find that in AND operations. So there's this question called AND operations, right? You will find this question, which is combination of the queried plus bit manipulation. Okay, I'll share the link. Don't worry, I'm going to share the link. But this is what, if you guys are preparing for HackWithInfy, brilliant contest. It will really test all of your DSS skills. Trust me, if you can crack HackWithInfy, there's a good chance that you can crack Amazon, Dish, or Coordination, these kind of companies as well. There's a good chance. I'm not saying you will, but I'm saying you can crack all of these. And I'm not just saying that. Our Edyst alumni have gone on to crack your Amazons, your DBS, your Twilio, your JP Morgan, your ServiceNow, all of these companies, 20 LPA plus, they've gone on to crack this because they've prepared for DSA. So they've been able to crack HackWithInfy and all of this as well, right? So these are the important concepts, but don't just say, I did all data structures concepts, I'm good. No, they will combine stacks with binary search, with primes, with backtracking. They can do all of that. So they combine all of these different questions as well. Okay. Now, if you have to actually think of the strategy on how to do it, right? How to actually prepare for it. The best strategy that you can, one second, that's here. Whenever you're trying to solve the question, first read the question, right? But do like a cursory glance of the question. So like, I like how somebody said it's segment trees, because generally speaking, in terms of ranges, we try to do segment trees, right? But think of the question deeply and quickly start figuring out what are the 2-3 domains this question is from. Is it from bit manipulation? Is it from arrays? Is it from maths? Try to narrow down, the concept behind the question. Make sure before you start any logical thinking to get a few input cases and generate the output. Okay, to do a few input cases and generate the output as per your logic. Then try to write down the pseudocode in your own language. Remember, you have 3 hours. Don't try to solve all 3 questions. First, try with the easiest one. Then go with the medium one. If you're able to solve the difficult also, that's superb. Okay. But generally speaking, if you do 2 questions or 1.5 questions, you will get a call for the next round, which is just, you can get a call for that interview, basically is what I'm saying. So make sure your first focus is get the easy one done for sure. Then get the second one, at least get half the test cases correct in that. So that's what your hope should be over there. So anyways, read the question thoroughly, take like about 5 minutes, try a few input cases and generate output as per your logic. The thing is, they will give you input and output, which is very, very pedestrian, like very simple input output they'll give you. They'll give you the simplest input output. Yes. So in this case, very nice, as Akash is saying, what happens when the intervals are overlapping? Right? In our case, we have just saw like one interval, but what if the intervals are overlapping in that question that we had said, right? Just as an example. Similarly, bunch of other sort of examples as well. You can take those example inputs and try to generate the answer from that. Then try to check any constraints and edge cases. Generally, your constraints will tell you. So you thought of a solution. So you thought of some logic in your rough work, right? So then check the constraints, which is what I did. I asked you for the brute force, and then I said, okay, let's just go ahead and check the constraints. What's the constraints? We figured out the constraint is 10 raised to 6 into 10 raised to 6. Not possible using brute force. We need to bring it out into at least order n. N square will not work. I need to bring it at least to order n, to at least 10 raised to 6. Only then it's going to work out. Okay. Can I make it below that, like log n or something? That's great. Okay. But it cannot be higher than order n. That is what's required. Check any of the edge cases. I'll tell you a little bit about edge case also. And finally, after you've done all of this, then start writing into code. The biggest mistake I see students making is you start writing into code right away. Don't translate to code directly. First, think of all of these edge cases and then put into code. Usually speaking, your HackWithInfy problems will not be more than 40 or 50 lines of code. If your typing speed is fast, you can type this code very quickly. Your majority time should be spent on how to write the logic. How can I figure out the logic rather than figuring out the code over there? Okay. The code will come automatically if you have the logic with you. And last but not least, always try to submit the brute force approach at least. It might get you some marks. At least some test cases you'll pass, you might get just some marks. Okay. So that's the thing. Now, a lot of you are having questions. First of all, how can I check this practice question? How can I even go ahead and practice and so on? So if you wanted to practice this, all you need to do is go onto this link. I'll just give you the link as well. The link is this. We'll put it in the description also. bit.ly/Edyst-HWI. Okay. This is the Edyst platform where we have all of these things. And when you click this, I'll just put it in the chat as well, everybody. Now, when you click this, the page that's going to open up for all of you is this page. Okay. This is the page that's going to open up for all of you. This is a HackWithInfy preparation pack. And you guys can just go and click this try one free module part. Right? Let me just refresh, just show you. Yeah. So you guys can all just go and click this try one free module option. And you will land up exactly at this place where you will get the first module for free, where you can practice. You can check out a few tutorials and practice as well. Right. So you can just like check that out. Now, a couple of things before I go ahead and talk to you. So a lot of people asked, if I start preparing now, can we crack it? Yes, you can. And I'll tell you a little bit more about this preparation pack as well. Before that, a lot of you asked, what is the coding language that is there in HackWithInfy? So in HackWithInfy, you can attend the code in any of the following: C#, Python 3, Java, C++, C, Go, Perl, Bash, JavaScript, R, PHP, Ruby, Python, Clojure, all of them. Right? You can go for all of them. That's not a problem. But if you wanted to practice on the Edyst platform, we currently allow you for C++, Java, Python, and C. We don't have support for the other languages as of now. We are getting them, but for now, you can practice in any of these. Generally speaking, people only prefer C++, Java, or Python, or C. So anyways, people don't prefer. But if you guys want to prefer JavaScript and so on, that you cannot do on our platform currently. Okay. So the language eligibility is this, for those of you who wanted to know. This is the language eligibility, that all of these languages are possible. To practice on the Edyst platform, you can do only in these 4 languages. All right. Now, this course, so how can you prepare for HackWithInfy? First of all, if you wanted to prepare for HackWithInfy, preparing for HackWithInfy, number 1, check out all free tutorials by Edyst on Edyst YouTube channel. So we have a YouTube channel. You can check. We've been doing HackWithInfy since the last 3 years. You guys can check there are a bunch of free tutorials out there, including a lot of marathon sessions and all of that. Check out our channel. You'll see a lot of free HackWithInfy type questions. And the best part is these are all previously asked HackWithInfy questions. I'm not giving you theoretical questions. They're actual questions that are there asked by HackWithInfy. So check out all the free tutorials by Edyst on the Edyst YouTube channel. Actually do the coding questions. I see a lot of students saying that if I watch the tutorials, I'm okay. No, it's like, I keep repeating this example, but I'll tell you, it's like you can watch Rohit Sharma all day and say that I will go and I'll hit 6, just like how Rohit Sharma hits. Or I'll watch people swim all day and then I'll go to the swimming pool and start swimming. It does not work like that. You actually do these coding questions. So try out some free ones. on the Edyst platform, right? And again, that is here on this link. You can just go to this link as I've shared in the chat, and you will be able to try it out. Try out the mock test on HackWithInfy platform. So you must try the HackWithInfy platform out. Even if you got the same question on the Edyst platform, please do try it out on their platform, because you'll understand the UI of it, how they are taking input, how they're giving output, and so on. So try out the mock test on the HackWithInfy platform itself, right? And if you are so interested, we are also starting a new batch on HackWithInfy. That new batch starts this upcoming Monday itself. So this HackWithInfy preparation pack that we have is not just like you have your free questions, but you can also unlock all of the other questions of all previously asked questions, by the way. You can unlock all of these along with a bunch of mock tests. There are like about 6 mock tests that we have here. So you can unlock all of these as well. And all of these are available on the platform. In addition to this, we are having continuously 13 classes, or rather 12 classes. We're doing 12 classes starting this Monday, where we are going to cover all the important concepts that are required by HackWithInfy. I will be covering, me and Devang, who's the other instructor at Edyst. We both will be covering these things. We will not be introducing them from scratch. If you have to know some program, that is, if you don't know anything like for loop, while loop, anything, you will not understand here. But if you know some programming, if you know some C++, some Java, some Python, please join this batch. It's a 2 weeks batch, 12 classes with one national mock test happening. So there's one completely national mock test, pan-India mock test we are going to do, where you can even see your standings, how good you're doing, and so on. So this you are going to get if you join this particular course. Just to tell you a little bit more about that course, it's going to start from 21st Feb itself, right? So that's this 21st Feb Monday. It's going to start. The first session is going to be on implementation and 2-pointers, then binary search, then maths and prime numbers. Then we're going to talk about maps and dictionaries, then dynamic programming. That's the first week. After that, the next entire week, we are just going to take previously asked HackWithInfy questions and keep practicing them. So we're going to take one question, see how to solve it, go to the next question, see how to solve it, and so on. So this is what is going to continuously keep happening. Okay. Which language will we use in this? We are going to tell you the logic here. We are not going to stick to a particular language. We're going to tell you the logic over here. Solutions will be available in Java, Python, and C++. But again, I'm telling you, the questions, more than the language, we are going to focus on the logic. Then you can implement it in whichever language, and we'll implement it in whichever depending on the class, or rather what most of you want to do, right? But if you focus on the logic, the implementation will follow. You can follow it in any language itself. Okay. All right. So which language would you recommend using, assuming one knows all of them? If you know all of them, I would recommend you using the one you are most comfortable with. So even I know, let's say the Hindi, English, and all of these languages, which is the one I'm most comfortable with, I'll speak in that, right? And in different settings. With your family, you'll speak differently. With your colleagues, you'll speak differently. Same thing. What are you most comfortable with in terms of competitive programs? I'm not talking about development. Maybe in development time, you like Python, you like to write scripts in it and so on. But when it comes to solving these algorithmic questions, which is the one you are most comfortable with? Choose that one which you are most comfortable with. I am equally comfortable in Java and Python, so I do both of them. Devang is super comfortable in C++ as well, so he goes in that one along with Java and Python. So it depends. It's a personal taste. You go with whichever. It's not like one is better than the other. That is not the case at all. Okay. Okay. Are there only 60 seats available? Yes. So initially we have kept only 60 seats available, of which 13 are already booked. So please go ahead and book your slot as on this. We're only going to restrict it about 60. If there is more demand, we might increase, but for now, we're just going to restrict it to 60 seats as of now over here. Sir, InfyTQ ka result kab aayega? I don't know as well. I think they're just tabulating. We don't know for sure, right? What about second round of HackWithInfy? Okay, so this time there is not going to be 2 rounds of HackWithInfy. There's 1 round and there's 1 finale round. That finale round is more like for hackathon, and they are going to call you to the Infosys headquarters or something and going to do that kind of a hackathon. Only 100 people are selected for that. But depending on your HackWithInfy result, you will get an interview for the interview call for the next role. So there is no second round for the interview. There's going to be this round, and you're automatically called for the interview if you did well in this round. Okay. Are all of these classes live? Yes, these all classes are live. You will get direct interaction with me and Devan to get all of your doubts cleared. Sir, after cracking HackWithInfy, what benefits you have? You can get an interview for 6 to 9 lakhs packages at Infosys. What is the criteria of interview call? Generally speaking, it is the marks you have got in the technical round. That's it. There's nothing as a check. Just the marks you've got, and that you're not doing plagiarism. National mock test will be among batch strength only. No. National mock test will be nationwide. Like this will be freely available to everybody. Yeah. How many marks are needed? So that depends on the competition that year. If that year there is more competition, then they'll give more cutoff, as is with everything, right? So, yeah. Okay. Come on, everybody. Any other questions? Please do ask questions. How many questions you have to submit in HackWithInfy minimum? In my experience, generally, if you submit 1.5 questions, you can get an interview call. If you submit 1.5 questions. If you submit 3 questions, for sure you're getting an interview call. There is no doubt about it. But it's very rare that people submit all 3 because the third question is that difficult. Please provide discount. Boss, we've already given a good discount. It's already 30% off. I mean, just look at it. There are 12 classes. It's almost like 100 rupees per class, right? It's not much, like 100 rupees. You don't even get petrol these days. So that's all. I mean, that's the best. We are always pro student. We try to be as much to give you as possible. So that's the best we could do, right? What is the difference between InfyTK Advantage Round and HackWithInfy, sir? There is actually not too much difference at all. If you are going for InfyTK Advantage Round, you need not write HackWithInfy. They're going to be one and the same. Sir, I just knew C, C++, Java, and a little knowledge in DSA. Whether I be able to crack this HackWithInfy such a short span of time? Yes, you can. I've had many students who've been able to do it. If you already know little knowledge in DSA, then you should be able to do it. Okay. So, but yeah, it will need a lot of practice. You need to next 3 weeks just spend on HackWithInfy. Don't think of anything else. Is graph and trees important? Graphs is important in the sense that one question can come from it. Trees, I have not seen that many questions come. So I would not suggest you, if you have limited time, I would not suggest you spend it on trees right now because you have limited time, right? After this slot is closed, will you open the slots again? At what intervals will you open slots? So after these slots are closed, we'll not open HackWithInfy again because HackWithInfy will basically end by March 6th, 7th, 8th. March 6th, 7th, 8th is HackWithInfy, right? So there's no point of doing HackWithInfy after HackWithInfy is done. We are going to open up a new bootcamp on data structures algorithms. After this, we'll open up a new bootcamp. Totally, how many questions will be there and how much time is provided for each questions in total? So overall time provided to you is 3 hours, and there are 3 questions. You can spend as much time in each question as you want. It's not like question wise there is a time limit. There will be 3 questions totally. You can spend 2 hours 45 minutes on one question also if you want. Okay. Is InfyTK Advantage Round conducted before HackWithInfy or after? I think it will be conducted around the same time. Do watch out for their instructions for the same. Can you show the strategy slide once more? Sure thing. Yeah, there you go. Others, if it's clear, please do say clear. Right? Otherwise, please do ask any questions that you have about HackWithInfy. Okay, sir, in the Edyst platform, if I pay and get the training, can I continue practice even after HackWithInfy is over? Yes, you have that course validity is at least for 1 year. For minimum 1 year, that course validity is there, so you can definitely take it. Can we submit questions in different languages? Yes, you can do one question in Python, other in Java, other in C++. Yes, you can do that. Do we have to stay up to the time? No, you can just, you can also submit before the time as well. That's fine. C language is better. Every language is better. Don't worry about that. Focus on the language that you are good in. I will actually not suggest C though, because C does not have built-in certain functions that all the other languages have. So is one language enough to solve questions? Yes, one language is enough. How many rounds in HackWithInfy? First round is the one that I'm just talking to you about. And then after that, you get direct interview. There is no multiple rounds this time. Can we get, if we can't get this session, can we join the recording? Yes. So for each of these sessions that you see here, the recording will be available on the Edyst platform. You'll automatically get the recording. In fact, any session done on Edyst platform is always by default recorded. So you will get the recording as well in case you missed it out. Easy to medium topics. Generally, people find these topics to be easy. Implementation, maths, and arrays, these topics to be easy. Backtracking, dynamic programming is generally the difficult ones. What will be the duration of the live classes and what time it will be conducted? We'll conduct it every day at 6:30 p.m. So even if you go to college, you can come back and attend it. The duration will be anywhere between 90 minutes to 2 hours, depending on the session we are doing that day. So 90 minutes to 2 hours you can expect. Is HackWithInfy proctored? Yes, it is. It's not open book, it's proctored. Can you show some example questions? So I've already shown a few example questions, but I'll give you a list of questions that you can check out. So check out these questions on Edyst YouTube. Okay. One is efficient janitor, right? GCD split the array. There is this one. Right? Let me look at a few more so that you guys do check out all of these, freely available on the Edyst YouTube channel. So you guys can check out that. Let me just check out what all we have for you guys. Just pull it out. So yeah, efficient janitor is one of them. 1 second. Yeah, I'll give you another one. Beautiful function is another one of them. Weird elevators is another one. Right? So check out all of these different questions. Yeah, just go to YouTube, check out these questions. They're by Edyst, so you'll get all of them. Okay. Okay. C or Python language, which is better? Between C or Python, I would say Python. Is logic building improved by this course? Yes. That's what we're focusing mainly on the logic. Implementation is up to you. Implementation solutions are available, but we're focusing mainly on the logic. How to identify the particular wrong test case after submitting the code? This depends on question to question. Follow our tutorials, you'll understand that. So I'm really willing to attend this, but I have college till 8. So what can I do? Is there any other approach? First of all, if you have college every day till 8, it will be a problem, but you will still get all of the recordings for each session. So, you can still get it. You can still attend it after 8 p.m. Can you suggest any one language for HackWithInfy? Take a Python if you feel like, or Java or C++. Again, if you are not able to choose, don't make me choose. Take a coin and then choose Java, Python, C++, which is better, which one you are comfortable with. And if you're comfortable with all three, take up a coin and then just toss it and see which one you like. Is test case output revealed like lead code? No, because even in HackWithInfy, we don't reveal that they don't reveal the test case output. So we want you to have the same thing. So test case output is not revealed like in lead code over here. I have an idea on DSA, but I did not solve questions and not getting any idea which data structure is used for particular questions, sir. How, sir? So that is because you know the approaches, but you don't know how to identify approaches. So if you don't know how to identify the approaches, that's why attend our sessions. We'll show you how you can actually identify the approach, how you can look at a question and figure out which one this belongs to. Somebody saying, is lead code enough? Lead code has a lot of good questions. I mean, if you're able to do all of the difficult questions, I think that also should be enough. Yeah. Where can we see the recording if we miss a session? It's available on the Edyst platform, all the recordings. I'll just show that to you as well, how that looks like. So let's say this is the Edyst platform and we have a bunch of sessions happening. This is all the upcoming classes. If I go to all past classes, you can see these are all the past classes and you can just click view class to watch the previous class. That's it. So it's available on the Edyst platform itself and it's automatically uploaded after the session. What is implementation concept? Okay, good you asked. If you want to know implementation concept, simply go to beautiful function. It's available on the Edyst YouTube channel. Just check this out. You will understand this concept of implementation. Where what we are doing is we are just looking at the logic and applying it. We are not doing any sort of extra algorithm. It's not binary search. It's not prefix sum. Just looking at the particular question and just applying the logic that comes to us. So it's like brute force, but a little bit optimized brute force. That's it. I'm solving MCQs very comfortably, but not comfortable on writing the code. Yes, that's the problem. It's like, it's the difference between, I would say, let's say, Harsha Bogle and Rohit Sharma. One of them is able to commentate very nicely on all of the things, but does not know how to actually play or play as good as, the cricketer. So solving MCQ is okay. That's theoretical knowledge, but you have to actually get down and start coding. So decide, do you want to be a cricket commentator or an actual cricketer? You want to be a coding theoretical or actually coder? Only way to do it is go and actually start implementing all the coding questions. I've done both questions 100% in InfyTQ. Any chance? Very good chance. Very, very good chance. If your MCQs if you did very well, if you did even decent well in MCQ, you have a very good chance in InfyTQ. If you did both questions 100%, that's very nice. Good to see. InfyTQ mail, don't know when that comes. Let's see, but not sure. Again, that you should ask them. I would not know much about that. Sir, I've done one question 100%. Okay. Again, see, it all depends on how the turnout, how everybody has done. If not everybody has done great, then it's difficult. But if it is, if everyone's done great, then the cutoff will be higher. HackWithInfy showing only one slot, and that to March 7th evening slot. Go for it, book it. That also will go out, book it. When will InfyTQ results be announced? As I said, again, I do not know. The Infosys will release whenever they're ready with it. So I don't know that. How many problems that we need to write to pass in the exam? Generally, I feel 1.5 is enough. To be really comfortable, if you do 2 or 2.5, then you have a good chance of getting it. 3, so for sure you're getting the next round call if you do 3. Has the cutoff increased for InfyTQ? Again, as from our information, from what I understood, they are looking to hire many, many more people. So they want to hire a lot of people. I think the cutoff should be lesser, but the paper, a lot of people were saying were difficult. So I don't know what they're trying to do. Where can we book the slots for HackWithInfy? That is, just go to their website and you will be able to book it. I know C language, but I don't know Python. Now, can I learn Python language for HackWithInfy? It's very difficult to learn in the last minute Python language for HackWithInfy. It's very difficult. You can, nothing is impossible. Man can go to Mars also, so it's possible. But I mean, it's very difficult in the last moment if you want to pick up. HackWithInfy showing only one slot. Go and book the slot, right? Again, it's not a hotel booking. You do as per their slots, not as per your slot. Is there any chance if we do the 40 to 60% of every question? There is decent chances, but at least the easy question you should try to finish fully. Important topics for HackWithInfy already covered at the start of the session. Please just watch the recording, you can check it, or they're also here as well. How many questions are asked the coding questions in decent level? One question will be an easy question. That for sure you guys should get. What if I brute force for every problem? See, for the medium question, you might still get 2 test cases passed. But for the difficulty, the brute force won't even pass all questions, all test cases, I feel. Is HackWithInfy contains only 3 programs, or else it contains MCQ also? It contains only 3 programs. There are no MCQs. In InfyTQ, they give 20 MCQ and 3. Again, we don't know about InfyTQ, so let's just wait for the result. Will it show how many test cases we passed? Yes, it shows you how many test cases you have passed. It does. So again, I'm saying, please go to the HackWithInfy mock test. You will get all of these doubts cleared of how it is. Will they show? Will they not show? All of this will be cleared. All questions carries equal marks? No, not at all. Some questions will carry more marks than others. There is one easy, one medium, and one difficult. So easy will have least marks, medium will have more, and then difficult will have the most marks. Okay. All right, everybody. Any other questions for this? So just reminding all of you, probably some have joined again. If you want to prepare, if you want to Okay, before I go ahead, are there no MCQs in HackWithInfy? Yes, there are no MCQs in HackWithInfy. So if you want to join a course to brush up your entire DSA, if you want to brush up all of your DSA, not only for HackWithInfy, but all product companies ahead, do join this new batch that we are launching. It starts on this Monday itself. Join it. It's, I mean, as I said, it's only like 100 rupees per day, which is, as I said, again, it's not even your petrol cost probably sometimes. So just join it. Your entire DSA will be recovered again. That means you'll do a whole refresh of your DSA, and we'll prepare you specifically for HackWithInfy also. I will be there. Devang will be there. We've cracked multiple product companies and helped people crack multiple product companies in many different packages. So you'll get an entire idea of DSA plus HackWithInfy as well. Which platform do you conduct classes? We'll conduct it via Zoom and on the Edyst platform as well. If you fail in InfyTQ, then also we get mail as you're failed or that you're not qualified. I do not know about that. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. So just watch out. Can you show how to take the mock test? Again, you just have to go to the HackWithInfy website and you can just take the mock test there. Go to the HackWithInfy website and they have a link for sample mock test. I haven't received any confirmation mail. So if you have not received confirmation mail from HackWithInfy, please go to their go to your spam folder and all of that. Sometimes it goes into the wrong folder. So please do check that. Okay, I have done this and this in InfyTQ. So everybody, I am not a fortune teller for InfyTQ. It will completely depend on the performance of every other student. Depending on how they performed, your cutoff will be decided. Are there any techniques to get rid of time limit exceeded error and any runtime errors? Yes, it is called optimization of your code. You can get rid of all of that, but you have to do optimization of your code. For optimization, there are multiple techniques. The most popular techniques for HackWithInfy are the ones that we are going to cover in this course. And like I said, if you want to do it yourself, just make sure you revise all of these topics. If you revise these topics, most of the HackWithInfy optimizations will happen. Okay, clear everybody? Any other type of question? So last time the mock test for InfyTQ got closed. Somebody saying last time InfyTQ mock test got closed before a day. They have mentioned to contact the author, but they didn't mention their name, just the number, just name. Like the same, whether the mock test gets over before the day of exam. Possible, it is possible. So do the mock test as soon as possible. Don't wait till the last day. It is possible. Now I can learn Python language. You can learn Python whenever you want. Please go ahead and learn it. The only problem is if you want to learn it before HackWithInfy, it's going to take some time. So it's not like suddenly it will happen. HackWithInfy gives existing coding questions. No, they will come up with new coding questions, but the pattern is similar to the previous one. Can you tell which topics are going to be covered in optimization techniques? This only. All of these topics we are going to cover over here. All the topics that I'm showing you on the screen, those topics. Okay. Anybody else? Any questions? So I think the questions have started to repeat. Any other particular questions that are there? If it's clear, please do say clear. Right. Again, telling you all, do join the batch if you can. And if you can't, make sure that you follow us on our Instagram handle as well as on our YouTube channel for updates on all of the upcoming sessions. We will have a few free sessions also of these. So make sure you follow us here so that you're well aware of all the upcoming sessions. Are there chances of cracking oops or of asking oops in HackWithInfy? No, they will not ask you oops questions. Can't able to register HackWithInfy? Email them, not us, please. Please email them. How much hours of practice is required to crack this challenge? Depends on person to person, but I'd say from now till the end, if you practice 4 to 5 hours every day, you have a good chance of cracking. Any prerequisite before joining sessions? Yes, you need to know at least one programming language well, either Python or Java or C++. You need to know it well enough to join this course. When and where will we get chance to appear for mock test? There is already mock test available on HackWithInfy website. When you go to register, please check. They also have the mock test available over there. So check that out. Okay. All right, everybody, I'll just pause here now. I think the questions are repeating. I hope this was informative to all of you. Was this kind of session informative, everybody? Okay. Somebody saying, you said, what is, you said you can do brute force, but what is brute force? So brute force is the most simplest approach that without any optimization, what's the simplest approach that you can do? That is what you call as brute force. Okay. All right. Looks like it was useful to you guys. So if you liked it, please make sure we're going to upload this session on YouTube. Please go to YouTube and hit like for this video. So it'd be really encouraging for all of us. We'd like to do more such sessions for all of you guys. This session is recorded. We're going to upload on YouTube. So please go ahead and hit the like button over there. Make sure you subscribe to all our handles. And how many of you will be joining our course? How many of you are going to be joining this course over here? Anybody over here? Okay. 1, 2. All right. So looks like oh, somebody's already joined. Great. Others 3, 4. Okay. All right. Cool. So we're getting some people that are going to join. Super. I'm looking forward to meeting all of you in the course. I want to interact with all of you personally as well. So yeah, if you're going to join the course, just looking forward to seeing you there as well. Okay. All right then, everybody. Thanks all for joining in today. I'll see you all on the Edyst platform pretty soon. Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much. And I'll catch you all next time. Thank you.